We are officially on the countdown. In just about 6 weeks, everything we know about the Samsung lineup is going to change. Mark your calendars for February 25th in San Francisco. That is the day Samsung drops the Galaxy Unpacked event. Usually, this close to a launch, we are just dealing with wild guesses and blurry photos. But this time, it feels different. The leaks for the Galaxy S26 Ultra aren't just rumors anymore. They are solid, consistent reports backed up by benchmark data and early software code. For the first time in a long time, it feels like Samsung is actually trying to change the conversation. And frankly, they have to. Let's be brutally honest for a moment. The Galaxy S25 Ultra was a good phone. It was powerful and polished, but it was also boring. It played things safe. While Apple was pushing harder with visible changes, Samsung decided to refine instead of reinvent. For a lot of die-hard fans, that felt like a letdown. We wanted a beast, and we got a polite pet. That is exactly why the S26 Ultra matters so much. This isn't just another yearly update. This is Samsung responding to the critics. They finally realized they can't just coast on their reputation anymore. The biggest sign that things are changing is how Samsung is handling their exclusive features. In the past, you had to buy the most expensive model to get the cool new tech. But based on the leaks regarding One UI 8.5, that strategy is dead. Samsung is finally democratizing their best features. The headline upgrade here is the new AI privacy display. On paper, this sounds like tech jargon, but in real life, it is huge. It effectively blocks side-angle viewing. If you use public transport or sit in crowded coffee shops, you know the anxiety of someone reading over your shoulder. This display technology kills that problem. And the best part? It is expected to come to the entire Galaxy S26 lineup, not just the Ultra. That is a massive shift in mindset. It shows that Samsung is trying to raise the bar for their entire ecosystem. But the display is just the surface. We need to talk about the design, because this is where things might get controversial. Samsung is changing course on the back of the phone. For years, we have grown used to that clean, floating lens look. Well, say goodbye to that. The S26 Ultra is switching to a dual-layer camera island. Picture a thin base layer with a thicker top section where the lenses sit. It is more structural and industrial. While the phone itself will be thinner than the S25 Ultra, this new camera bump is going to divide people. Some will say it looks like a step backward. Others will argue it is necessary for the new hardware. Visually, it is a risk, and honestly, Samsung needs to take a few risks right now. On the front of the phone, everyone is obsessed with bezels. But here is a surprise. Samsung isn't chasing record-breaking numbers this year. The leaks suggest the bezels are slightly thinner, but they won't be the thinnest in the industry. And you know what? That is actually a good thing. When bezels get too thin on a phone this size, you get accidental touches constantly. Your palm hits a corner and your keyboard freezes. By keeping the bezels slightly grounded, Samsung is prioritizing usability over vanity. Your hands will thank you. Now, let's look at the brains of this operation. Samsung is expanding Galaxy AI, but they are moving away from gimmicky stuff. The new focus is practical everyday utility. There is a new system buried in the code that suggests actions based entirely on what is on your screen. It is proactive, not reactive. There is also a much smarter browsing assistant coming. We aren't just talking about simple summaries. This thing can translate complex pages and answer specific questions about an article. It seems Samsung has realized that AI shouldn't be a party trick. It should just make using your phone less annoying. Of course, we have to talk about the cameras. If you are an Ultra user, the camera is probably why you bought the phone. The entire Galaxy S26 lineup is expected to shoot 24-megapixel photos by default. We have been stuck on 12-megapixel binning for a long time. This jump means a visible increase in detail and texture. But the hardware isn't the only story. It's the speed. Compared to the previous generation, the image processing is noticeably faster. We are talking about shaving seconds off the processing time. On the video side, they are adding support for uncompressed RAW video and improved noise reduction. Samsung is focusing on consistency and professional quality rather than just chasing marketing hype. Where the spec sheet absolutely shines is performance. This is where the S26 Ultra is going to flex on the competition. The benchmark results for the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 for Galaxy are looking extremely strong. They are outperforming the standard chips found in other Android flagships. This makes the S26 Ultra one of the fastest smartphones ever tested, putting it in direct competition with Apple's latest silicon. Even the Exynos 2600 variant is looking far more competitive this year. But there is a catch. Higher clock speeds usually mean heat. Overheating has already shown up in early testing. The biggest question isn't if the phone is fast, but if it can stay fast without throttling. In my opinion, the S26 Ultra is exactly what Samsung needs right now. It is a course correction device. They aren't chasing gimmicks. They are focusing on practical AI, meaningful camera refinements, and serious performance. It's a mature device for a mature market. The S25 Ultra was safe, but the S26 Ultra is aggressive where it counts. While the camera bump might be a bit ugly to some, the trade-off for professional-grade video and privacy is worth it. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video with a friend who needs an upgrade, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a leak.